Hi, Golden Valley. John with the Park and Rec Department bringing you another episode of our Home Rec program. And once again, this is a navigational guide to everyday recreation that you can do just about anywhere. As you can see today, I am joined by a very special guest. This is my mother, Joyce, and she was the inspiration for our very first Home Rec program a year and a half ago, or 160 some episodes ago. So today she is going to help me introduce our activity. So Mom, thanks for being here today. What do you got for us?
Well, I was thinking that I love to knit. So I know a lot of people like to knit, but they're a little bit intimidated by those needles. So today I'm going to show you how to knit with your fingers.
Sounds like a lot of fun. So we'll give you a few demonstrations here in a little bit. We'll show you some of the things that you can do with it and the supplies that you will need. So Mom, do you want to tell us a little bit about the supplies that they'll need for this?
Well, to start out, just some yarn and a pair of scissors to get started. And then if you have glue or buttons or googly eyes or things like that, craft things that you can decorate your knitting with.
So fun googly eyes make projects fun. And it doesn't have to be any fancy glue. Just regular Elmer's glue will work just fine.
Yep.
So, all right, well, we'll show you a little bit of a demonstration here in just a second.
Okay, I'm going to start by using my left hand because I'm right-handed. So my left hand is going to be my knitting needles. I'm going to take the end of my yarn, which we're going to call the tail, and I'm going to hold it in place with my thumb. Then I'm going to take the yarn and I'm going to wrap it behind my first finger. I'm going to wrap it in front of my second finger, behind my third finger, and all the way around my fourth finger. Then I'm going to go in front, behind, and all the way around again. Now I just have one strand around each finger, but I need two. So I'm going to go in front of this one, behind, all the way around, in front, behind, and in front. And if it slips off, you just tuck it down for now. So right now, I have two strands of yarn on each finger. What I'm going to start with is my fourth finger, and I'm going to pull the yarn over the top. I'm going to do that with the next one and the next one, and your fingers can help, and the last one all the way over. Then this is where I ended. This is where I'm going to pull a little tighter, and I'm still holding on to this tail for right now. Now this yarn is behind my first finger, so it's going to go in front of my second finger, behind, in front, and around, in front, around, and all the way around again. So now I have two strands of yarn on each finger. I'm going to go over the top, over the top, over the top, over the top, and I'm going to pull on the yarn. And this time I'm going to take the tail and I'm going to pull on the tail behind it, and that can stay behind me now. So again, this is behind my first finger, so it's going to go in front, behind, around, front, behind, and around. Slip it down and take it over. That's stuck on my fingernail. And over, and over, and over. And I'm going to pull the yarn a little bit tighter. And then I'm going to pull on the tail. And now I'm starting to make my piece of knitting.
Looks kind of like a braid, Mom.
It is like a braid, John. So again, this is in the back of this first finger. So it goes in front of the next one. I had to practice that because I kept getting mixed up sometimes where I was supposed to go. So that's my reminder of how to do it.
And if memory serves from watching you do this, Mom, you can make this as long or as short as you need to, right?
Yes. When I've taught kids how to do this, I've had them make them nice and short, but I also had one boy make it as big, as long as the room we were in. And I'm not exactly sure what he did with it, but there are fun things you can make with this that I'll show you in a little bit with your braid. Yeah. So here's what I've done so far, and I'm going to do one more row and show you how to take it off. And remember that you can always push it down. If you think it's going to slip off that finger, you can always push it down. And your fingers can help too a little bit to get that last row done. So here is my last row, and now we have to bind off. Keep remembering to pull on that back tail. So the way you bind off is you're going to take the first finger, on the loop on the first finger, and put it on the second finger. You're going to take that and wrap it around. Then you're going to move it over to the next finger and take that over the top. And that again, it started to slip off on me. And then the last one, go over here, slip it off, and then you can pull. It's still on my pinky because I don't want to lose it yet.
And each finger you put it over, you pulled on it a little bit, correct?
Yes, yes. So I got a nice little end. Now I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut the end off of my, whoop, there. Now I have a nice big loop here. I'm just going to make a slip knot by pulling that through, and we are finished, and we have our braid. So here's our finished braid, and the fun part about it is you can use your imagination to use it anywhere. You can make this into a cute little bracelet. You can make it into a thing that you hang on your backpack. What's that called?
Lanyard.
A lanyard that you can hang on your backpack.
Camp Valley favorites.
Good. And this one I made with 2 different kinds of yarn, kind of braiding it to give it a different look, and it turns into a cute little necklace too. But my favorite is when my granddaughter and I made a bunch of these for her to sell for school, and we made silly snakes. So we cut off the one end and made that the tongue, yeah. And then we tucked in the ends with just hiding them inside.
And that's where the googly eyes came in.
And that's where the googly eyes, but you could use buttons. I was in the craft department at the store the other day, and they had all kinds of sparkly things, so you can decorate these any way you like.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys enjoy knitting. Thank you very much, Mom, for being in this and inspiring the very first one all those episodes ago. So again, Golden Valley, thanks for joining us for another episode of Home Wrecked. We hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you next week. Thanks again.